Angry words are flying back and forth over the NFL's decision to suspend New England Patriots quarterback Tom Brady. Brady's agent blasted the punishment and promised an appeal. Meanwhile, attorney Ted Wells, who wrote the report, is responding to accusations that it was biased. Joining us in the studio is sports and entertainment journalist Brandon Robinson. He writes for JackThriller.com. Hey, Brandon, good to see you.
Hey, what's going on?
Man, I don't know if anybody thought this was over once the decision came down about this suspension, because it really just riled things up. So first of all, what is the best that Tom Brady can hope for with this appeal?
0 to 3 games appeal process. I think that, obviously everybody's upset, but if you don't have video, what did Johnny Cochran say? If the glove don't fit, you must have quit. If you don't have video, then he can't get. Then he can still get in the game. So I think this ain't over.
Clearly, it's not over, and I'm sure an appeal will get something, because even with the ambiguous language, I can't remember if it was you I talked to about this. Even with the ambiguous language in the report that he probably more than likely had a general awareness, how are you going to prove that?
You can't, because even if you look at the Ray Rice situation, where when it was first founded that happened, he got a mandatory 2-game suspension. It wasn't until the outcry came out and the video surfaced on TMZ that the NFL made a more concrete, suspension.
Right, and speaking of outcry, how are fans reacting?
They're buying more jerseys.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, he's the American guy. He wears Uggs. He's married to Giselle Bunsen, and he's in the next Entourage movie. So, I mean, he's a guy that people like, and I don't think it's over.
Okay, so let's talk about the nuts and bolts. He's suspended for these 4 games, but he can suit up and practice with the team when they go into camp.
Right.
What is this going to mean, though, for the team for those first 4 games? Because he really is a key member of the team.
I mean, they still have to compete with the retooled New York Jets, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The first 4 games of the season, that's when people are starting to get into the spring and things. So he misses a month. Their backup quarterback will be able to take those duties. The quarterback is the most important guy on the team. But I think that once he appeals it, I do expect it to be less than 4 games, because you still don't have concrete proof.
Let's talk a little bit about that backup quarterback. This is an opportunity for him. I guess he can't act too excited about it, but, it's a moment for him to shine.
I mean, and there's been other guys who have been Tom Brady's backup and going on to do other things. You have quarterback with the Kansas City Chiefs that came out of that system, and you have other guys that can do well. Matt Castle. So we'll wait and see what happens, but like I said, right now, it's all just talk, and his agent is upset, and people even started a GoFundMe page. Last I checked, there was about a $7,000 money that was raised for the $1 million fine that the New England Patriots accrued. So
I'm going to ask you a largely rhetorical question. That is, when is the NFL going to get it right? They're almost darned if they do, darned if they don't.
Well, it starts at the top. At the end of the day, Roger Goodell represents the owners, and they're going to make sure that he's still there because he keeps money in their pockets. And I think that he had to get it right for the public opinion, because the public opinion is still very upset at the way Roger Goodell handled Ray Rice. And, I mean, if opportunity represents himself, Tom Brady will be able to appeal the suspension. When his former teammate Wes Welker, now with the Denver Broncos, appealed the PED decision, he took a lesser game suspension for that. A certain quarterback with the Cleveland Browns, he was suspended for marijuana use, and he was able to talk it down, but then he got caught using the marijuana again. So, he's going to be out for an extended period of time. I think Brady will get some type of repeal, but it doesn't look good right now.
Very quickly, is there going to be any bleed over? Are we going to see this affect other sports?
I read something today where they said Major League Baseball is employing more security people to watch Major League baseballs. I think people are going to be cognizant about it, just like if a terrorist attack were to happen, people are more vigilant and people more aware of what's going on. So,
right. Did you just compare a football to a terrorist attack?
Not terrorist attack, but people being aware.
I know. I'm just messing with you about that. Brandon, it's good to see you.
Always good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.